CNN has a new report out on 3 teenage girls from Denver who tried to join ISIS. Let's watch.
Latest American teenagers drawn in by the radical world of Islamic extremism. 3 American high school girls from Denver, only 15 and 16 years old, 2 of them sisters of Somali descent, allegedly with loose plans to join the fight in Syria. According to law enforcement sources, the girls boarded a flight in Denver over the weekend and made it to Frankfurt, Germany, where police arrested them before they could continue on to Turkey and then Syria. CNN has learned the teens allegedly self-radicalized online.
They're oftentimes searching for an identity because what the jihadis are actually pushing is a specific narrative, which is your people are being oppressed in this place called Syria, your government's doing nothing, we're the only ones who are actually going to help you out. Why don't you join the fight?
The only reason the girls were caught, one of their parents called police, and the FBI quickly flagged their passports. This latest case comes on the heels of another Denver teen, 19-year-old Shannon Connolly, who pleaded guilty last month after trying to fly to Turkey to connect with an ISIS fighter she met online. And earlier this month, the FBI arrested 19-year-old Mohammed Khan, just before officials say he boarded a plane in Chicago with plans to join ISIS. According to the FBI, Khan met someone online who helped him make plans. Khan has pleaded not guilty to the charges.
Oftentimes there are people who are scouring certain social media sites for people who are potentially interested in going to fight in Iraq and also in Syria.
This Australian teenager made it much farther than the airport. The 17-year-old recently showed up in video alongside ISIS fighters in Syria, threatening to behead Western leaders, including President Obama.
Okay, here's why this is so disturbing to me. It appears to be natural human inclinations that led otherwise normal people to become vicious, atrocious monsters. Because when I hear a story about somebody who is living in some cushy Western country deciding, well, I'm going to go fight for jihad, my heart sinks. And I'm like, whoa, how did you make that decision? But what I take away from it is this. Those are likely teens who were directionless. They were looking for some sort of sense of community. They were looking for a purpose in their lives. And they were looking to be part of something bigger and better than themselves. But in the search for that, they, of course, picked the wrong vessel. And it reminds me, in all seriousness, a lot of Nazi Germany. Because in Nazi Germany, what you had was somehow otherwise normal people were totally brainwashed and convinced that the people who they were scapegoating, the Jews and others, that no, these are actually the enemy over here. This is actually the problem. You're oppressed, your oppressors are the Jews and other people, and you need to lash out against them. And you're totally right, you're totally just in doing that. Somebody made this point a while ago, I think it was Larry King. He said, even Hitler, when he woke up in the morning and combed his hair, he didn't think, I'm an asshole. He thought, oh, you're nailing it. Now, clearly, he was a genocidal maniac, a lunatic, a crazy person, a psycho, a barbarian, a savage, you name it. He was every bad descriptive word in the book, but he didn't think that he was. And when you watch this, you get that same sense. You realize, oh, they're joining ISIS because they're looking for something deeper. But again, see, this is where now my more conservative side comes out and I get more harsh. Because the buck has to stop with you. You need to make your final decisions and have them be rational and have them make sense. And regardless of whatever kind of emotional hole you have in you, regardless of how vapid you feel like your existence is, that doesn't mean you should accept things as true that are demonstrably not true. Like, we can show you that jihad is incorrect and the tenets of the Quran are false, and the same thing with the Bible, and the same thing with any holy book. So to turn to something that is not true because you're undergoing some sort of an emotional issue or you're going through a troublesome time in your life, you're just compounding the problem when you do that. If you find meaning, but the thing that you find meaning in is subjectively absurd and objectively absurd, well then, is it really meaning? It might feel like meaning, but it's not meaning.